Pixelmator Pro has some really great brush features. I'm going to show you one that I think is pretty impressive. This one is using the stroke feature. So let's start at the beginning. The tool to use is Paint, so press B on the keyboard to actually apply the paintbrush. So once you've done that, you can just apply obviously a paintbrush, just very basic paintbrush like that. But what you can also do is use a selection. And you could use a variety of different selections. I'm just going to go for this one. Let's just go for one and just create this. So you've got a selection there. And now I can use that with the stroke feature in the brushes. So press B and you've got the paintbrush tool. And there's a lot of options here. And you can select, of course, any number of brushes. Pixelmator Pro comes with a lot of brushes. Let's just go for a very basic one here. And Old Jimbo, just as good as any. So you've got here Old Jimbo. Select that. And you'll notice down the bottom, there's an option here, Stroke with Brush. Just down the bottom here, Stroke with Brush. Now you can modify your brush in countless ways. Now I'm going to do that in this video, but let's just go to the Stroke with Brush. So just click there. And that's all it does by initial default. It's fine. It's just creating a nice brush stroke around a shape, which I think is nice. You could use that, of course, with maybe a rectangle or freehand selections. But you can extend it beyond that because there's a lot of settings here. And you can change the brush size. And the great thing about this, once you're in this stroke mode, I don't know, best way of calling it, but it's a stroke mode. So it's currently in a mode and you can see now I can apply it at the end, but all the changes I make until I actually click apply, it's not going to affect anything. So let's just increase this. But also you've got this, which I think is really nice because I'm just using a mouse. So simulate pressure, and you can vary that, and you can see as you vary, it will vary the actual result. It just changes slightly. And you can also modify brush size. Let's just push this up to fairly max. Now it follows the selection. So again, if you create all kinds of weird and wonderful shapes as your selection, you will get different brush strokes. And you can also modify the softness. So let's just change the softness, and you can see as you do that, that happens. And you can obviously make it quite blurry there. You can also change the opacity. You can see that reduces it down. So you might want a very faded look. But also you've got this, which I think is quite nice, advanced settings. So just expand it out. And with this, you can now modify a number of other things. So go to General. And in General, you've got brush spacing. So you can just change that. And you can see then you get this, which of course just makes it more like brush dabs with your design. So you can make sort of nice design like that, or you could have it like really continuous. Actually pushes it to 0%, which is really good. Many applications don't do that, but you can just push it to say that. And also you modify the shape angle, and you can see as you do that, again, let's just increase the brush size, change the opacity again, and you can see as you change that, you get lovely radial designs very quickly using this approach. Of course, if you're not using a circle, it might be a rectangle or it could be a frame. You could use this as a frame design tool. Create great frames just without any selection. Just apply it. And with this, change that. But also you notice you've got here, you've got shape and grain. Now it's a very basic design, but you can click here, import. Now, obviously you can literally use infinite amount of files. I've got JPEGs here, but it's PNG format as well. Could use that and just select that and click import, and then you get that. And you can see it does actually have an effect, quite a dramatic effect. But again, import, maybe go for something slightly different. Maybe one that's got some bit more variation there, click import, and you can see that will have a result as well. And again, you can invert it. So there's options there. You've also got import again, grain. Now this is not updating the actual brush, and you can reset it. So if you want, you can see there's a lot update option there, which is quite nice. So you can just save it, but you can also reset it. So if you're not happy with it, reset it later. Okay, let's just import. and again select file. Now these files here, these ones are ones that I've created ages ago, part of my set of designs that I created, and I can select any of these. But literally infinite amount of JPEG files can be created and used. So select that one, import, and then you see you've got this. Now there is a few things that I would love to see, like maybe a 3D sort of effect with the grain. That would be brilliant, but it's not there. You've got merge there, you can just click there, you can see that will have a result. Now the one there, wetness, I think looks terrible. Personally, never like wetness. So with that, again, you can vary this, and you can see as you change the pressure and so on, you can do that. But there's also lots of other options. There's shape, and you can see now you've got this. And you can change shape direction. You can see as you do that, results in that. And also, see horizontal and also vertical. So you can just tweak it, and you can see you've got a thumbnail there as well. And also you can vary it random, directed, and so on. I'm just going to go with random. But you can then go for the grain, and you can modify the space in the grain. You can see now there's the result of the grain. But you can, of course, make it, extend it, push it outwards. It still has an effect. Also grain scale, you can see that changes as well. You might want it less or more. And also rotation, you can modify that so it rotates as well. Lots and lots of great little features there. Also, let's go for stroke. And this option doesn't seem to be available. Perhaps some brushes, yes, some brushes not. But still, all different reasons why it's not available. So you've got obviously some functionality not particularly available. Now this one is pretty good as well. That normally is available. I have noticed that, but I guess it depends on the speed setting. This is obviously, if you're using an art pad and pen, maybe, I suppose it's. But this one probably is really one of the best ones, and that's scatter. And you can see as you do it, you can scatter out your brush stroke. You can also modify the angle, size of scatter, so you can get a variety of different there. Opacity scatter, so you can vary that. Hue, which I think is quite nice. Hue scatter, saturation scatter, and lightness scatter as well. You might not want to change those, don't have to. But you can then go to the last one, which is pressure. And again, you can vary things there, and you see it will have a result there, opacity by pressure, etc. So you can see it's a lot of functionality to produce some quite interesting and weird and wonderful designs. And again, you can still modify the overall brush size. So let's just increase that, change the softness or reduce down. You can see there, you can see the actual structure of the thing, which you might not want to do. So softness is useful. And then click apply. And there it is. You've got that using that stroke feature. But of course, with the brush strokes, you can always apply it again. Let's just go and maybe apply a couple of other brush strokes. You can see there. Now, when I apply it there, you can see it's actually just applied inside. So don't want that. So undo. Now, what you can do is you can, of course, deselect this. You don't have to have the selection. To remove the selection, go to the edit menu and deselect, or obviously use the shortcut. That's going to probably be more useful, and it's gone. So let's just go down here, and you can see we've got some other tools here. And we've got free selection, we've also got quick selection and color selection. Let's just go for free selection and just drag and just create just a random shape very quickly and go there, and you got it. So you got this selection exactly the same as before. Press B, get the paintbrush, and with this you've got the setting here and stroke with brush, and you can see now it fills the entire design. I'm actually going to cancel, because another thing you could do is maybe create another layer. All you need to do is just go up here and insert an empty layer. So you click there. Now you've got a new layer with your selection, but you've got your brush. So let's just apply it again. And of course you can still tweak it. Let's just change the settings, and you can see as you change it, change brush size, you can create literally infinite amount of designs. And of course you could use other brushes as well. I'm just using this brush, but you could use any of the other brushes, modify them as well. So with this, you can then go for softness, change that, and you can see that will tweak it again. Go here, dynamic, stroke, all these settings, modify them, And again, you can change that and you can see direction, vertical, and so on. So you can see you can create a variety of different designs with that selection on a new layer, and click apply. And again, always edit and deselect. So you got rid of your selection, but you've got two layers. You can also, of course, go down here and just select this. Go for the effects. Just click there and now apply effects to that brushstroke. Maybe go with that one or maybe not, but any of them obviously. You just go through all the various ones. These are obviously some of the quick presets you can just quickly use, maybe like that. And with that, you can also, of course, blend the layers as well. So you could go here and you can see as you do that, run through, colour burn, and so on. So you can see you've got brush strokes with your selections, literally infinite amount of brushes, infinite amount of selections, lots and lots of different layer designs, different shapes you could use, and so on, to create all kinds of unique images like this. Hope you found this of interest. Any questions about Pixelmator Pro, please let me know in the comments below. I'll be doing a number of different videos on Pixelmator Pro as I go through all the different things like the brushes, as well as the shapes, and many other things of Pixelmator Pro. A like or dislike, always appreciated. Thank you much. Bye.